So hello everyone, welcome here to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, to the century-old Milwaukee Mile, as the Big Evil Designs Dirt Late Model Series covered this place with dirt, and we have come to race. Jesse Klein beat Mertz out for the heat race win. Those two are at each other's throats, as Klein, the story of the day, he's 0.3 of a second faster than anyone, like Mertz was last week in Fulton. But we have 2 weeks left. Next week is Knoxville. The week after that's the Chili Bowl, and this title is getting good. Klein and Mertz on the front row. Rada, Spencer, Maikos, and Cars. Remember, Maikos was substituted by Jeffrey Stanton. Stanton finished second last week. This puts Maikos up there in points. Klein's the fastest car here. Pace car is off. 30 laps around the Milwaukee Mile starts now. We're green as Rada immediately looks to the inside. Klein and Mertz battling at the first corner. Rada looks to the inside. Will he take the fight? No, but Spencer gets hit by Klein, and that puts the number 11 back to 6th. This puts Mertz through the lead, but he is not the fastest car here. Rada 3 wide with Cars, and Maikos bounces it off the wall for a moment and down the backstretch. For the first time into turn 3, look at how Klein is catching up to the 81 as these two are trying to pull away. Nick Cars, and I believe what is his first start this season, in third. Then it's Maikos and Rada defending as Mertz in car number 81 from Klein in the 075 into the first corner. Klein on the outside has the run nearly. Can he clear him? Around turn 2, trying the slide job to the inside goes Jesse Klein in 075 v Mertz 81. Down the backstretch, side by side, nearly to the door is Klein. Trying to take the fight. Mertz sees him there! Sideways and around is Mertz in car number 81, around his Cars, and around nearly is Maikos. As it looks like Rada has spun, caution is out. As that was a save for Mertz, not because he was involved, but because he luckily hit Cars and spun him. Because the way this track is, it's a longer track, and that would have sealed his fate. As he is battling for the points lead with Maikos, with Klein. This title is getting fantastic between the points contenders. Here's Rada in car number 3. As see if anyone will pit here on lap number 3. I don't believe they can go all the way on fuel, so we'll have to see. As will the field pit. Klein stays out. It looks like Spencer on back. That's Cars, Mertz, and Rada will pit. So let's see what these teams will do. It's interesting to see if they'll take 4 tires or they'll just take fuel. It's from the commentary box position. This camera's right in front of my face. There's Mertz taking tires. Everybody's taking tires. It's a wise choice. Why not take tires instead of just fuel your car? Well, Mertz beat him out of the pit lane. No. Spencer, Cars, Rada, and clarification over the radio, Mertz could have beaten everyone out of the pit lane, but he was going to the back of the field for causing that accident. Only 6 cars, so it's not that big of a deal. You see Klein and Maikos really slow in the backstretch. That's so the field will catch up. And we can go green here with 25 laps to go. As 25 laps seems like a short distance, but in these cars at this track, fastest lap so far, 29 seconds. It's a decent amount of time. Klein, Maikos, Spencer, Cars, Rada, Mertz. Green flags at the pit wall. Getting ready, back to green. Spencer gave Klein a little bit of a bump, but Maikos will beat him nearly to the start-finish line into turn 1. Side by side, even to the 3 rows. Contact with Maikos around off of Klein. So that puts the 2 around, the 3 is around, the 11, everybody is around, caution is out. So it looked like Klein drifted up into the 2, and that sent him around. Next week, Knoxville. I know I've said it twice before. This series is coming to a thrilling conclusion here on ASN. As Klein leading, Mertz now back in second, so the front row is back the way they were. It looks like Klein's claiming that accident, so Mertz will be put through the lead. Cars in second. As with the Open Wheel Championship Series, I can't really call it ISCA as we don't know so far the sanctioning body, and New School Racing, not really knowing what's going on with that. This is the only content we have on our airwaves currently, and this ends in 2 weeks, but we will hopefully get some new stuff for you, as this Dirt Late Model Series has been thrilling to cover on ASN. So now, lap 6 of 30, coming to 7, it's going to be Mertz, Cars, Maiko's, Rada, Spencer, Klein. So let's see if Mertz can get a good jump and hold the lead, or will Klein tear his way through the field? Mertz and Cars, front row. Spencer looking to jump, green flag. As Rada got a terrible start, it looks like Cars missed a shift, and that messed up the whole outside line. Mertz and Maiko's in first and second. Then it is Cars and Spencer in contact. Maiko's into the wall again off the rear of Mertz's car. Around is Rada off the front bumper of Klein. So that puts the 3 back to 6th again. So now Spencer and Mertz battling to the death to try and hold and get this lead in the case of Spencer, hold the lead in the case of Mertz. Defending slightly is the German. Into turn 1 again. Spencer, car length and a half back. Cars holding 3rd. Maiko's and Klein battling for 4th, and Rada way back in 5th. Down the backstretch. Mertz won last week in Fulton. We've had 7 different winners in 7 races. The winners in this race, Maiko's, Mertz, and Klein. And Spencer, I do believe. And Rada. So the only hope is Cars to make this streak alive. If I'm looking at the stats correctly. Yes. The only one here that doesn't have a win is Cars, and it's his first start this season. Cars all over the back bumper of Corey Spencer there in the 11. Spencer dives it in. Look how much ground he made up on Mertz. He's there. He knows he can pass Mertz. Fastest lap from Mertz at 29.494, but he is 4th on the lap chart. He defends, leaves a car width, and Spencer hits him nearly in the 11. That is getting racy. Maiko's and Cars are there, trying to split him on the outside and the inside. Klein and Cars nearly beating and banging, and Rada's missing all of this fun. Top 3 are within 3 car lengths. Spencer getting close to Mertz, contact nearly between them. That's going to put Spencer out of the groove. Now Maiko's side by side with Spencer, the teammates. This is getting good. Spencer nearly hit by Klein. Maiko's now in second. Mertz is holding the lead, and he knows this isn't going to last long. Maiko's fastest car on the track. No, Klein is defending his Mertz. Klein, 29.089. Maiko's 29.121. Mertz is 5th. He is missing something. He missed something all throughout practice, and this is going to allow Maiko's to the outside. He got it! Maiko's takes the spot, much like Klein did to Mertz in the heat race. Spencer getting close, dives it into the inside, and he drills the 81, and around the German goes! From second. I don't know if that's going to require any review by race control. Hearing after the race that they are going to review that, as it didn't look like Spencer was happy from Mertz's defending the lap prior and just used him to stop. Not a good thing by Corey Spencer. This is going to put Mertz back to 5th now. Rada is 6th, and this leaves 4 cars to duke it out over the next 20 laps. As Maiko's, Spencer, Klein, and Cars, the top 4. Everyone spread out here and trying to get into a rhythm as we close in on the halfway mark here in Milwaukee. Mertz is upset. I don't even think he cares anymore. He went on the open scanner, and right as he got turned, he was just said 10-4. I mean, we saw it with Dustin Logston, I believe, in Eldora when Mertz got turned. I mean, when it's not that big of a deal. He finished second in the heat race, so he's going to save a few points. But it'll be interesting to see. Spencer and Maiko's now getting racy. Spencer, 29.133 was his fastest lap. He is 100th off of Maiko's fastest lap, but he was 0.2 of a second faster than Maiko's. Now Klein was the fastest car on track by a 29.045. So Klein, he's faster. You just can't pass. As Maiko's pulling away, Spencer a car length and a half back. These three are getting insanely racy here, but like I said, there's nowhere really to pass. We saw Maiko's pass the outside of Mertz, but that's if you have the grip. Klein passed Mertz in the heat race, but you can only have the grip. Otherwise, you're going to have to dive it in and try it, and hopefully it sticks. As to the outside goes Klein! Contact! And another piece of contact with Spencer is made. That 11 is a wrecking ball today. This is going to allow Maiko's to pull away slightly. Looks like Mertz has spun it again in the 81. Something's not right in that car. As quite disappointed is the German. As there goes the field. Here comes Mertz. And here comes Rada. Past our pit lane camera. As nothing has changed, and now Mertz has looped it. I thought he spun earlier according to timing and scoring, but now he spun it. Not having a good day. Day's going from bad to worse for the German. Maiko's about 3 car lengths now. 2.5 over Spencer. Spencer's under investigation. Remember that. We don't want to forget that. Klein is in third. And I believe the penalty for wrecking someone and not giving the spot up is an automatic end of longest line. So that would put Spencer to 6th. But we don't want to guesstimate as to what the penalty is, if there even is a penalty. But a title contender was taken out pretty much unfairly, so we'll have to analyze that later on. As lap 19 on the scoring pylon there, we're coming to lap 20. That'll give us 11 laps to go, and Maiko's isn't really looking like he's going to be passed anytime soon. As Spencer 29.250, 29.259, they're equal. Everybody's equal here. Wow! Nick Cars 29.093 for the Ohio driver. That was his last lap. 29.402 is what he just ran. But Cars looks like he has something for these guys, but he's so far back I don't think he'll be able to do it. As Cars was supposed to make an appearance at his home track in Ohio at Eldora. I believe that must have fallen through because he was not there, so he's making his first start here in Milwaukee. I do not know personally where Corey Spencer is from, but I do know that Mertz is from Indiana, Maiko's is from Illinois, the two closest states to Wisconsin, so you can consider them home drivers unless Spencer is from Wisconsin, but I don't believe he is. If he is, I apologize there. There's Rada from Florida, Cars from Ohio, and Maiko's, the Illinois driver, won at Eldora a couple weeks ago. He wasn't able to race last week in Fulton, but he had his good friend Jeffrey Stanton race for him. And riding the wave of momentum is car number 2 currently in this series, as Spencer trying in the 11 to try and catch Maiko's, but I don't think it's going to happen, as last lap 29.358, 29.296, there was only a 10th there. We're at 8 laps to go, and I don't believe that Spencer has it in the car. 29.191, 29.213. This is a performance by Chad Maiko's. He made that power move on the outside by Mertz, and he's just checked out ever since. There's Klein, Spencer battling. 7 to go. Let's see what this is doing here. Mertz is holding Rada off. They're battling for the 5th spot. As these two not having a good day, the two only purple cars in the series. Maybe purple's a bad color here, as those two guys are way back compared to the rest of the field. Spencer and Klein. I've been trying to hype up this battle for the past 5 laps, but it really hasn't gotten here. Klein's faster than Spencer, but Spencer's just positioning his car in the correct spots on the track. As car length there, as from the commentary box camera, Spencer holding Klein off through 3 and 4. Looks as though that Maikos ran a little wide in 3 and 4, but no harm done. 5 to go for Maikos. Spencer trying to hold off seconds, potentially for no reason at all. Race control still going over the potential penalty for Corey Spencer in car number 11, as that has taken Mertz out of the running for this win. And it might hurt him in points. We'll obviously go over points and results in a few laps' time when the race completes. 4 to go. The gap is 0.5 of a second from Maikos to Spencer. And the battle, the only real battle here is Spencer versus Klein. As Klein looks to the inside, you get there right in the middle of the corner. He peeks his nose in, runs out of momentum, and just can't complete it. That's the this is a completely flat track, and that's a big issue. You dive it in. Look at Klein, dive it into the corner, runs out right at the apex, and then he can't do anything about it. Tried to hook it there on the dirt. I lied. The track has very, very little banking. So the difference between the apron and the banking is very slight. So Klein tried to get the car to turn to get the bite to try and get by Spencer, and that probably hurt him as we come to 2 laps to go for Chad Maikos. And I think this battle has calmed down now. The top 3 are away from Nick Cars, as Mertz and Rada having a battle of their own. Look at this getting good. As Rada sliding, Mertz is trying. I don't know if he's intentionally trying to cause a caution, but I think he's driving really terribly just to have fun with this car. He's trying to learn how to properly slide a car on a flat track. So these two are battling for 5th. White flag for this man. The man from Illinois, I believe he lives in the suburbs of Chicago. So kind of close to Milwaukee when you think state-wise. And once he passed Mertz, Mertz got taken out by Spencer. Maikos said, sayonara, I will win, take the lead, and win to become the first repeat winner here this season in the Dirt Late Models. Maikos wins in Milwaukee. 2nd, Spencer. 3rd, Klein. 4th is Nick Cars. 5th will be Mertz here, as they will come around and cross the line. And 6th will be Steve Rada. Let's look at this battle here. Mertz immediately going to pull it off, very angry in the 81, finishing 5th, Rada 6th. As Maikos comes around here to celebrate. The results, hearing from race control, the results you see here, they are incorrect because Corey Spencer has been moved to 6th. So it's Maikos, Klein, Cars, Mertz, Rada, Spencer, as they did deem that was unintentional, avoidable contact. There's the word. Sorry about that. And after this, Maikos leads the points by 6 over Klein. Mertz is 16 back. Rada 24 back in 4th. Corey Spencer's 5th with 79 points back. These are the only 5 drivers that have been credited with 8 race starts, including provisionals. Alex Gordon with 7 starts. He was not here today, so the once points leader having issues in the 77. Then it's Sherman, Stanton, Stancliffe, and Sire, the top 10. Realistically, the top 5 have a chance for the championship. And remember, next week is Knoxville. The week after is the Chili Bowl, so I hope to see you there. For everyone here at ASN, congratulations to Chad Maikos. Hope to see you in 1 week in Knoxville, but until then, so long, everyone.